Two teams eyeing a spot in the final are set to clash in the penultimate match of Indian Premier League 2021 in Sharjah. Who will join Chennai Super Kings in the summit clash of IPL? It will be all clear after a few hours. Delhi Capitals will face Kolkata Knight Riders in the qualifier 2 of IPL 2021. And there is so much to discuss about the cracker of a match in the offering. A young captain going against a World Cup winner. 22 world-class players trying to make one step towards the final. It doesn't get better than this. Hello and welcome to News 9. I am Shubman Chakravarthy and joining me is Shikhar Dhawan to discuss more on the mouth-watering clash between KKR and Delhi Capitals. Nikhil, we have a major update on Team India's latest jersey as well for the T20 World Cup, but we will come to that. We will reveal that jersey later in our show. But two teams, Delhi Capitals and Kolkata Knight Riders, it offers to be a mouth-watering thriller in the offering.
Absolutely, Shubhayan. This is going to be a blockbuster clash. Two teams which have had very different journeys in making it to the final. KKR, lost first 5 matches out of the 7 matches in the India leg. Did not look that they can qualify into the playoffs, but they made it into the playoffs. A fantastic fight back, led by that aggressive batting at the top of the order and the 2 spinners. DC has been the most balanced side in the tournament. Yeah. The maximum players in form, a very smooth ride, like last year in the playoffs. So two teams with different journeys, and therefore it's going to be a fascinating clash.
Absolutely, we will talk a lot more about KKR and DC, Nikhil. But what does the head-to-head statistics tell about this match between DC and KKR?
Shubhayan, there's not much to choose. KKR has a slight advantage. 15-12 to KKR in the 27 matches played, as we can see there. So not much of a difference. However, in the last 6 matches since 2019, DC has had the advantage 4-2. Okay. So, that could play a part because the form matters.
Yeah, absolutely. But Kolkata Knight Riders do have a bit of an edge when it comes to the playoffs. They have played more playoff matches and have that sort of experience and edge above Delhi Capitals, right, Nikhil?
Correct. See, both DC and KKR haven't played as many playoff matches as, let's say, a CSK or an MI. But in the matches they have played, KKR has a much better record, which shows, as you can see there, DC has only won 2 matches out of 10, which is just a 20% success rate in playoffs. That is actually really, really poor for a top team like DC. If you see KKR, 7 out of 11, which is 63%. Yeah. Which means when KKR makes the playoffs, they are difficult to beat. Which means KKR has, as a brand, as a franchise, has this big match temperament, which DC doesn't.
Obviously. And KKR are unbeaten in Sharjah when it comes to the second leg of IPL, Nikhil. Yeah. So that also makes this clash even more fascinating, even more interesting for all the fans. But Nikhil, when we talk about Delhi Capitals, we think of the power pack unit, a very carefully assembled unit. But they have 3 key players who have driven this team forward when it comes to the last couple of seasons or this season in this IPL 2021, Nikhil.
Absolutely.
Who are they?
The 3 musketeers are Prithvi, Shikhar Dhawan and Shreyas Iyer. Yeah. Now, amazingly, 2 of them, especially Shaw, has a sensational record, as you can see, as the viewers can see, against KKR. Those numbers are against KKR. 5 matches, 450, Shubhayan. Yeah. 323 runs, strike rate of almost 172.
That's scary.
Yeah, I mean, those are scary numbers. So he never fails against KKR. He demolishes them. So beware of Prithvi Shaw today.
But what about Shikhar Dhawan? That run scoring rate is insane.
Yeah, so he scored a lot of runs against KKR, but he's also played a lot of matches. So he plays the role of the anchor accumulator at the top of the order. Shreyas Iyer also has a very impressive record. So these 3 will be, at the top of the order. 2 of them are opening. Shreyas will bat at 3 or 4. They're going to be very, very dangerous for KKR.
Absolutely, and even Marcus Stoinis can be fit for today's match, so he will bring a lot of balance if he's fit to play the match. But we will talk about Kolkata Knight Riders as well and their trump card, who has carried KKR for plenty of season. He will go down as one of the icons in the history of IPL. We are talking about Sunil Nareen, who picked up 4 big wickets against RCB to take KKR to the qualifier 2, Nikhil. What does this West Indian all-rounder offers in sluggish pitches like Sharjah?
Yeah, I mean, we all knew what he did. Let's see what he did in the last match. He won the match with the ball, also that cameo.
Yeah.
So, Sunil Nareen, see, if you remember when they won in 2012 and 2014 KKR, he picked up heaps of wickets.
Yep.
So, Sunil Nareen has been, associated with KKR for a long time. He is their big match player. He's a veteran in T20 cricket. He has the experience of winning matches and trophies in the CPL. Interestingly, now the question, Shubhayan, is, will Ian Morgan promote Sunil Nareen up the order and use him like a pinch hitter like he did in the previous match?
Absolutely.
That is a big question. That's a big strategy punt. Will he do it? I think he will, because if you see Nareen's numbers against Akshar Patel and Ashwin in all T20 cricket, domestic and international, he's faced combined 29 deliveries. He has a strike rate of almost 300 against Ashwin and 188 against Akshar, and not been dismissed. So therefore he takes on these spinners who will bowl in the middle overs, and therefore we might see Sunil Nareen being promoted up the order again.
Absolutely, Nikhil, and I know that Delhi Capitals' pacers have dominated the show, be it Henrik Nokia, be it Kagiso Rabada or Avesh Khan, but we have a few spinners on display today, and they have dominated the show as well. We will talk about the spinners as well, Nikhil. Who are they?
See, there are 3 spinners who stand out in this match.
Yeah.
These 3 spinners have been absolutely sensational in this tournament. And given, Shubhayan, that this match is in Sharjah, wicket which suits spinners, slow wicket, dry wicket, these 3 spinners can win matches on their own.
Yep.
Sunil Nareen already did it in the last match. Now, if you see, Akshar Patel, 11 innings, 15 wickets, economy 6.5. Brilliant restrictive bowling in the middle overs, also picking up wickets. Sensational, unsung hero for Delhi Capitals. According to me, their best player this season. Then Varun Chakravarthy, the mystery only deepens with the mystery spinner. Again, 15 innings, 16 wickets, economy rate 6.4, also bowling in the power play, so even more impressive.
Absolutely.
Nareen, I mean, we just discussed Nareen. Not only is he contributing, not only is he being restrictive, he's now also picking wickets.
Absolutely.
And he's providing the cameos. So these 3 spinners on a Sharjah sluggish wicket, can run through opposition lineups. Here the advantage, I think, is with KKR, because they have 2 of them, Nareen and Chakravarthy. DC has Ashwin also, but he is not in the best of wicket-taking forms.
Absolutely, and don't rule out Shakib Al Hasan as well, because he has changed the entire balance of that team, especially on those Sharjah tracks where the ball has held for the spinners and gripped for the spinners as well. But do let us know whom you are backing in this match between KKR and Delhi Capitals. We'll flash your comments on the show, and we'll talk a bit more about your thoughts as well. But we will come to KKR's trump card with the bat this season, and that is Rahul Tripathi. What a revelation he has been for KKR in this entire cycle, 3-year cycle, Nikhil.
Absolutely. Everyone talks about Gill, everyone's talking about Andre Russell, everyone's talking about these big players. No one talks about Rahul Tripathi. Unknown figure still, in spite of regularly scoring runs for him. This year, it has been special. He is the highest scorer, 14 matches, 383 runs, strike rate above 140. That is impressive. That is very, very impressive.
Yep.
Consistency rate of around 65%, which means he's only failed in 35% of the matches. So, Rahul Tripathi has been the unsung hero with the bat, the highest impact batsman with the bat. It is because of his aggressive approach, along with Venkatesh Iyer and Gill, in the UAE leg, that KKR find themselves in the playoffs and now in the qualifier 2.
Absolutely. And the heart he shows with the bat, be it in any condition, any point of the match. Rahul Tripathi knows how to play for his team selflessly, and that what separates him with the rest of the batters in this KKR batting unit. We will come to more about the strategy as well. Both teams, this is a knockout match. The team that loses will be knocked out of this match. But Nikhil, when we talk about strategy, this Sharjah pitch, we all know have supported the bowlers, have supported the spinners. It is not easy for the batters to bat on this pitch. So my first question will be on Henrik Nokia. He has been the standout bowler for Delhi Capitals. Should Delhi Capitals use him more in the death overs and not in the power plays?
Yes. For two reasons, Shubhayan. One, Andy Rocchia's economy rate in the death is excellent, as we can see there. Also, apart from Nokia's, economy rate being brilliant in the death overs, Rabada has been very, very expensive in the death overs. Amongst the most expensive death bowlers in IPL 2021. And therefore, Rabada should be used in the power play, Rabada should be used in the middle overs, but Nokia should be used in the death bowlers by KKR.
Absolutely. And what about Ravichandran Ashwin? Because Kolkata Knight Riders have plenty of left-handers in their batting unit, be it opener Venkatesh Iyer, who has been in blistering run of form, be it Nitish Rana, be it Sunil Nareen or Shakib Al Hasan in that playing 11. Nikhil, Ashwin can become a sort of an X-factor for Delhi Capitals.
Yes. See, the thing with Ashwin is, he's not been in form in this tournament. He has only picked 5 wickets in 12 matches, Shubhayan, at a strike rate of 49, average of 60. He's been fairly restrictive, but Ashwin hasn't had the best of tournaments. Now, but Ashwin also has a brilliant record, at least in Test cricket against left-handers. But the problem here is, and this is a two-way dilemma they have, DC. The problem is that if you take a closer look at Ashwin's numbers in T20 cricket against the particular left-handers KKR has, 74 runs of 35 balls against Rana, 60 runs, 31 balls Sunil Nareen, 32 runs conceded, 23 balls against Morgan. Now, and he has not dismissed them even once. So he has gone for runs against these bowlers. They've taken him on, and he has not dismissed them. Therefore, it is peculiar that Ashwin bowls very well against left-handers, but against these 3 KKR left-handers, he hasn't done well. Now, it is a gamble. KKR have 5 left-handers in their top 8. Ashwin will definitely come into play against them, but can he improve their record against them? This is going to be the challenge for Rishabh Pant and Ashwin.
And I think Ashwin is going to take this challenge with panache and with intensity. I am pretty sure about that. And they have another leg spinner with them who hasn't obviously played a role in this UAE leg, Amit Mishra. Maybe it is time for DC to unleash Amit Mishra as well. But Nikhil, another crucial factor will be the power plays in this match. Obviously, we know what Prithvi Shaw did against Shivam Mavi in the first leg and in the last season as well. When it comes to power play, he just decimated the KKR pacer. But how many runs should these two teams target in power play? Will it be crucial to score more runs?
Absolutely, Shubhayan. It is absolutely paramount that both the teams maximize their power play score, because here's an amazing stat. That 8 out of 9 times the winner at Sharjah has been the team which has scored more in the power play this season, which is an amazing stat. And this is the reason for that, Shubhayan, is that as the match progresses in Sharjah, the spinners come into play. The wicket wears down, the spinners come into play. Therefore, it is impossible to score in the middle overs in Sharjah. Therefore, you maximize the runs you can get in the first 6 overs when the fielding restrictions are on, also when the faster bowlers are bowling. Therefore, I think both the teams would at least want to score, I would say, 45 to 50 in the power play. They have to, given what is going to come next. Run scoring will be very difficult. Remember, Shubhayan, the average score in Sharjah in this IPL is below 140, batting first.
And that's what makes the power play even more crucial and interesting. But the focus will be on Rishabh Pant as well, the young skipper, the local boy, who is trying his best to take Delhi Capitals, his own local franchisee, to their first ever title. The focus will be on Rishabh Pant, but what about his record in the power play, Nikhil?
Yes, his record in playoff, Shubhayan, is absolutely, fascinating, because see, Delhi, by and large, as a franchise, is not a, doesn't have big match temperament. They don't do well in the playoffs. But Rishabh Pant, in particular, has scored around 200 runs in just 6 innings at an average of 50 in playoff matches at a strike rate of 152. So therefore, he plays this aggressive role in playoff matches, and DC need that. DC need an X factor to beat KKR. Otherwise, KKR, with this whole, raising the game in the big matches, will be favorites going into this match. DC need that X factor. It has to be the captain leading from the front, and Rishabh Pant's big match play can come into play today.
Absolutely, Rishabh Pant will be the crucial player to watch out for. Nikhil, we will talk a bit about the key battles as well in this match, but for our viewers, do let us know whom you are backing in this match between KKR and DC, and whom do you think will join Chennai Super Kings in that big finale that is a couple of days away from us. But Nikhil, talking about the key battles, this match presents so many head-to-head battles, but starting from the big man, the big match temperament player, that is Shikhar Dhawan. He will be up against Varun Chakravarthy, the mystery spinner.
Yes, it's going to be an interesting battle because Varun Chakravarthy does get a couple of overs usually. Morgan does give him 1 or 2 overs in the power play. Now, if you see the head-to-head, they haven't faced each other much, but Dhawan has been very circumspect against Chakravarthy, and naturally so. He doesn't want to give his wicket away. So 19 runs in 20 balls, 1 dismissal. So he's respected Varun Chakravarthy. I do not expect him to again go after Varun Chakravarthy today. He is going to let him take singles, maneuver the strike against him.
Absolutely, and another battle will be Prithvi Shaw versus Lockheed Ferguson. We all know Prithvi Shaw's trouble with the incoming deliveries. So I think this Kiwi pacer can be a troublemaker for Prithvi Shaw.
He could be if the wicket was Dubai. It is Sharjah. The extra pace might just help Prithvi Shaw, Shubhayan. Also, we just spoke about Prithvi Shaw's brilliant record against KKR. And he has a good record, surprisingly, against Lockheed Ferguson. 31 runs, 17 balls, strike rate of 180 in the IPL with just 1 dismissal. I'm expecting that extra pace of Ferguson on the slowest Sharjah wicket to actually help Prithvi Shaw. And if Prithvi Shaw starts get going, then
it becomes a scary.
I want more KKR fans,
in Durga Puja.
In the Durga Puja pandals,
Okay. So Rishabh Pant will be up against Sunil Nareen, the man in form, 2 players in great touch. What do you think about this battle?
This battle has the potential, and according to me, will define this contest. Nareen, after his brilliant performance against RCB, his confidence is sky high. He is a big match player. Rishabh Pant is also the captain and a big match player. If you see the head-to-head, Rishabh Pant has historically been watchful against Nareen. Today, I expect Rishabh Pant to go after Nareen, counter-attack, because that is the X factor Rishabh Pant has to provide, because if Nareen gets on top in the middle overs,
that becomes
and he concedes 4 to 5 runs per over, the whole momentum would be lost for DC. Rishabh Pant has to somehow figure out a way to attack Sunil Nareen.
Absolutely, and we will talk a bit about Sunil Nareen, the batter as well. He will be up against Akshar Patel, the man in form, the economical master class for Delhi Capitals.
It's fascinating battle because in the limited contest between them in the IPL, Nareen has taken him, not been dismissed. But Akshar Patel has been fascinatingly restrictive in the middle overs. Just given 6 to 6.5 runs per over. But Nareen, as you saw in the last match, will definitely come again up in the order and counter attack. The ball will also, come into Nareen, left arm orthodox into Nareen, so he can go with the turn. I'm expecting a fascinating battle.
This can end up being a crazy mouth-watering action for the fans. Another battle will be Shubman Gill, the golden boy of India, and the express pacer Andrik Nokia. Very enticing battle.
Very enticing battle in the power play. Nokia has been the best fast bowler in the UAE leg. Shubman Gill has reinvented himself as a batsman in the UAE leg. He's batting much positively.
Yes.
Again, as I said for Prithvi Shaw, I think Shubman Gill will try and go after Nokia. He'll make use of the extra space, but Nokia is not that. Any pitch, you give him any pitch, the most sluggish of wickets, and Nokia will still bowl above 150. So it's not going to be that easy, but it should be a very enthralling contest.
Enthralling contest is what Nikhil says. Nikhil, we started our show with a small teaser that the Indian jersey has been revealed. We will produce that for our viewers. This is the Indian jersey for the T20 World Cup. Looks super.
Looks absolutely fascinating. Personally, my favorite, was the 1992 main World Cup jersey, the Team India, the dark blue. But this looks, very, quite smart. Right.
Obviously, the sponsor logo will go away for the ICC T20 World Cup. It will be replaced by the name of the team, that is India. And but the color combination, the tidbits in the middle looks
absolutely.
brilliant.
Men in blue, and I hope on the 14th of November, all of them are holding the trophy like this.
And the sponsors have all obviously written that it is a billion cheers jersey. So the Team India will need those players and the backing for the T20 World Cup. And we all know that this will be Virat Kohli's last T20 World Cup as the captain, as the T20 captain. So the team and the billion fans will hope that the King Kohli, that the skipper can walk off with a trophy in his hand, with an ICC trophy in his hands. But that's it, Nikhil. I think should be it for the big preview of DC versus KKR. Thank you so much for your insights. It was a fascinating chat as always. That's it for today's preview show. Both DC and KKR are power-packed unit, and the rest assured, the match will bring all the fans to the edge of their seats. For more such analysis, news and updates, like, share and subscribe to News 9.